null pointer is going to make its appearance again. When we are returning full blocks of dynamic arrays or matrices back to your function, we have to make sure that the setup is right, and there's critical parts to that. First is your declaration using null pointer. Now, you don't have to do this. So I'm highlighting two spots here, the matrix and the array. Now, it has nothing to do with one is a matrix and the other one is an array. That's not the issue. The one with the array, we are getting right off the bat. We have an equal sign and we have a function that's going to take care of our values, get the array set up, and boom, done. Nothing wrong with that. On this one, for some reason, that's okay, the author waited a moment. First set up that, hey, index card is going to be a matrix called black book, but I don't know the rest of it yet, so set it to null pointer. That's fine. And then afterwards, it used a function to go ahead and get the set rows and the columns, and then assign that to black book number 1. That's fine. So null pointer is great. If you don't want everything set up quite yet, fine. But that's the only difference between the two, is that null pointer is an optional thing. Most of the time, you're probably going to see it created, returned from a value to get created, and done and over with. But null pointer is used if there's going to be a little bit of space in between. Okay? Next is the equal sign. The equal sign on the function, you know how that goes. Right-hand side takes care of it first. So let's go to make matrix. We have to pass in the rows and columns. And here's that same for loop that we overall kind of set things up here. So notice we return temp back to it. By the way, notice there's not a delete in here. Because frankly, now we're going to have temp, which is a local variable, is going to disappear. But return temp, it's going to reassign that pointer to black book 1 to the matrix that we just created. Now, do we need to delete black book 1 later on? Absolutely. Do we need to stop the dangling pointer for black book 1 after that? Yes, we still do. But notice in each of these functions, I don't delete the array or matrix that I just created because I'm going to end up using it later on. So that's just one caveat. When we're returning a function or returning an array or a matrix from a function, you're not going to see the delete within that function, but you will see it for A later on, and you will for black book 1 later on for sure.